As me mother used to say, no news is good news.
Haffis monthly movie report. Hello and welcome to yet another episode. Today we are taking a look at movies featuring or being animated versus movies featuring pirates. Hence the hat. Did you notice the hat? Look at the hat. Freaking hat. Hat! Yes, I saw 14 movies that were either animated or featured pirates or both. Here we go. Number 14. The Crimson Pirate. Starts clever, but goes into childish comedy. It did have some nice acrobatics though, so gets a bit of a score for that. Not much, not much. Number 13. Ponyo. By the Cliff at the Sea, or something like that. Has some great looking animation, but there's a lot of things I don't agree with in this movie. Like a 5-year-old making lifelong decisions. 5-year-olds should not make lifelong decisions. They should not be able to tell who's going to be their soulmate. It's like really messed up. Also, there's a stranger danger moment that turns out to not be so much of a danger situation. And that sends kind of dangerous signals to little children watching this movie. Number 12. The Wind Rises. Has some remarkable scenes and a nice view of airplane development in Japan. Overstays its welcome though by dragging on too long. So that's kind of a downer. Also kind of reminds me of Infinity featuring Matthew Broderick. So you might want to watch this if you watch this, or watch this if you watch that the other way out. It's not about airplanes though, so, and it's not animated. Unlike this movie, which was animated and about airplanes. Number 11. The Pirate Movie. It has cheap jokes and bad effects like fast forwarding, as well as a stupid plot which brings the score of the movie down, way down. On the plus side, it had some nice songs and a cute couple. Or at least I think they were cute, because the YouTube video that I watched the movie on has kind of low res, so it was hard to tell what things looked like or were supposed to look like. Number 10. Tales of Earth Sea. Probably the most Western of the Ghibli movies. Food doesn't look as tasty as it usually does in these movies. And the animation quality is down to airbender levels. Has some close to breathtaking scenes, or at least one scene or shot of a city that looks kind of good. The point of the story either flies over my head or rubs me the wrong way. Still, it managed to keep me entertained, so... Number 9. Jim och Piraterna Blom. Very little pirates in this movie, considering it has pirates in the title. Has a cringy pooping in the pants scene, but otherwise it's a pretty genius movie. Great practical effects and a very jolly Stellan Skarsgård. Good stuff. Number 6. House Moving Castle. Has most of the Ghibli trademarks like goo, delicious food, and people squeezed into tight spaces so they're almost flooding over. Almost. Also has some nice animations, as most Ghibli movies do, and an awesome castle. But it does drag on a bit in the end. Number 7. The Pirates That Don't Do Anything. It has its fun moments and it's pretty short. Story also works as a parable of sorts, I think, or something like that. It's both animated and features pirates, so it on both categories. Yay! Number 6, Swashbuckler. More of a comedy movie than an adventure movie. It does feature pirates though. And it's not that weird that it's a comedy movie if you look at the cast of the movie. So maybe I should have seen that one coming. On the adventure or action side, it had some nice destruction. Like that. Number 5. Only Yesterday. Funny, visually impressive, and almost romantic. Almost. Number 4, The Pirate. Clever plot and some funny dialogue. Like the quote,
As me mother used to say, no news is good news.
Also has some nice pirate visuals. Didn't care much for the clown duet in the movie though. Number 3, Jamaican Inn. Splendid story with typical silly dialogue of the British kind. Not really sure if it counts as a pirate movie though, because technically since they're not at high seas they don't count as pirates, but I'm gonna count it as a pirate movie anyhow. And it's good, so watch it. Check out Jamaican Inn. Number 2, Captain Blood. Beautiful movie with nice romance. Kind of reminds me of the story of Esther. Probably not in the way you think, but read about Esther. Number 1, Porco Rosso. One of the funniest Ghibli movies. Has some great visuals and wonderful characters. Yeah, wonderful characters. Also, pirates. Sky pirates, but pirates nonetheless. So, this is also a movie that plays for both teams. And it was the last movie. So, how does the end score look? Well, if we look at animation, we have 7 movies, we have 866 minutes, which have an average runtime of 124 minutes, average rank of 8, and average year is 2003, because there were a lot of modern animated movies that I saw last month. On the other side, we have pirate movies. We have 9 of, and they total 904 minutes, which give them an average runtime of 100 minutes. Their average rank lands at 6, and because most of them were first use, I've actually included the rank among my other movies that I've seen this year, and they averaged there around 35. The average year for the pirate movies was 1969. So they were older and shorter, and they got a better ranking. And that's all for this month. Next up, we're gonna check out some colored movies versus, I'm not gonna tell you.
look! There's a library in the ship.
Ship? Ship? I see no sea. I thought we were in a space shuttle.
It's a spaceship. A big, wonderful spaceship. And it has a big, lovely, lovely library.
And there's books here too.